Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a full face of Colourpop makeup. I have this really big box right here of things that I ordered. I am super excited to dig into them. Some of them are things that I wanted for a while and some others are just things that I really haven't tried before and I can't wait to get my hands and dig in. If you're not familiar with the Colourpop brand, I really think you should check them out. I love their products. I feel like they're so inexpensive and I love so many of their products. I think that it's a really good quality. So as you can see, I have no makeup on my face right now and we're gonna get started soon. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe below and like this video. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And if you're interested in seeing which products I got, then just keep on watching. I already know this is gonna be a long video because there's so many things in this box. Let me just show you a second all the things that I got, and I feel like they overdo it with the packaging. Like, at least none of my things arrived broken, so that's good, I guess. So here are all the goodies right there. What I'm gonna do is just start applying them on my face, and I'm gonna tell you what I think throughout, because if I talk about the products first and then start using them, I feel like this video is gonna be an hour. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I got was this duo. This is a prep and set duo and it was $18 for both items. You can get this individually, but I chose to buy them together because I felt like they were cheaper, and I would also need both of them because I didn't have a primer or a setting spray from Colourpop. So $18 for the two of these, and this is how they look. First of all, I love their packaging. Look at all these pretty pastel colors. I love them. I feel like all their packaging is so cute. And it also has like all these details on the actual box. I don't know if you can see that, but it has like little stars. The first thing I'll be applying is this matte and blur primer. And I'm just gonna go open this up. This one by itself is $10. And it says mattifying and blurring primer for makeup that performs better and lasts longer. Our primer creates a perfect canvas for any foundation, concealer, or powder. It instantly minimizes pores with optical blurring powders and creates a smooth surface for makeup to easily glide on and stay on for a more flawless complexion that lasts all day. This is oil free and never feels greasy and will keep you looking fresh past overtime. So it says for longer staying powder, pair with the All-Star setting spray. So I'm just going to be applying this one first. I just want to show you how it looks like, and I feel like it's really hard with this lights in front of me. But that's how it looks like. It does have this like twist cap right here. Oops. It does have this little twist cap right here, and then you just kind of like, ooh, wow. Okay, well I lifted it up and all the product came and kind of dripped everywhere. So just be mindful that this is kind of like gonna fall out. First of all, it's very runny. It feels like a very light lotion. It doesn't have like any stickiness to it. It doesn't feel sticky at all. I'm trying to like pinpoint what it reminds me of, like the smell of it, and I just can't. It has a very particular smell, but I just can't think of what it is. Whatever it is, it's giving me some like bad memories. So I don't feel like it minimize my pores, and it doesn't really feel like I have anything on my face anymore. So I'm just putting a little bit more right here on my problem areas, and I just want to see the difference, like if I see any difference on my pores. When I applied that second layer, that definitely did cover up a little bit more of my pores right here. My pores are very large, so don't expect it to like do a miracle over here. But so after I use primer, I usually spray my face with some Fix Plus or some face spray. So I'm going to be using this one. I love the color of this. This is so cute. It says to shake it up. It does bring quite a lot of product. It brings 4 ounces. And it says hold at arm's length away from your face and spray. Don't spray directly into the eyes and mouth. So there you go, guys. Now you know. One by itself is $10. So buying them together, I saved $2. I really thought I was saving more than that, but whatever. So $10 for 4 fluid ounces. It says high-performing setting spray that stands the wear of makeup by fighting oil and blurring pores with a weightless microfine mist. So we're gonna see if this is really a microfine mist, because that's my thing with setting sprays. I don't like when they just go everywhere, ruin my makeup. All right, let's try it. I'm gonna do one. Oh, okay. The second one was better. First one was like straight. Okay, here we go. It actually like got into my mouth. It does not taste good. And it smells like rosemary leaves. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this setting spray and that primer. Alright, so my face does feel tackier. I'm ready for foundation, and actually that is the only thing that I didn't get from Colourpop because I did try their foundation before and I hated it so much I just didn't want to repurchase it. I already got rid of it. So I'm going to be using one that I already have and I love, and I think I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Fix today. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix today. This one is one that I really know. I use this almost every day, so I'll be able to tell if the primer is working well or if it's just like, you know, not working for me. So I'm going to be applying this with my beauty blender. I'm just going to fast forward this part because obviously you're here to see the Colourpop product. I have my base on. The next thing I'm going to be using is this Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and you can see mine. I've had it for a while and it actually like dried up. I tried to use this today. I feel like it still works when I pull this out. Looks like it still works. It's not too old. I don't know why it just dried up that quickly, but maybe I'll just like shake it a little bit. This one is the No Filter Matte Concealer. It retails for $6 and I got this shade, I think it's medium 30, so it's going to be very close to my skin tone, I believe, if I remember correctly. I haven't used this in a little bit. I really like this concealer. I feel like it's really good consistency. I just feel like it really creases on me if I don't set it with the right powder. And I have never used the Colourpop powder before, so this is really going to be a test. Well, I don't know if you can tell, like, I'm going to leave it on my nose for a little longer, but this definitely does oxidize. You can see right there the part that's closer to my eyes that I applied first, and the part right here that I just applied is definitely lighter on the bottom. So it does oxidize on me, so I don't know. And as you can see, it does blend really nicely. I really like this concealer. I just really hope that it settles and sets really nice as well. I feel like I just blended it and it's already creasing on me. I don't know, maybe I'm just going crazy. You cannot just swipe with your beauty blender because it will crease, it will move your foundation. So you want to move quickly with this. Going into the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder. And I got the shade Translucent. I just hope it's not too light for me. Alright, I'm just taking the sticker off. And then this is kind of small, so I'm just going to be putting the lid back on. I don't know if you can pick up right there how it looks like. It's a little bit on the thicker side. I want to move quickly because I don't want my concealer to move. I'm just going to be setting under my eyes and my lids. I do have dry skin, so I don't want to overdo the powder because then it'll look a lot worse. And I don't like the fact that they're making like all this powder so tiny now. Like, who can put their beauty blender through this little cap? I don't understand. Alright, so that actually applied pretty nicely. I do have to say, I can still smell the setting spray. I cannot smell the primer anymore, but I can definitely smell the setting spray, and I just don't like that smell at all. And then I'm just going to go over where I have my lines right here so they don't show. How they're kind of looking like chalky right there. Like it kind of moved the concealer. And on this side, my skin is looking just very old. So I don't like this concealer for under my eyes, but I do really like this as a base for my shadows. So, I don't know. We're going to see how this works. It might all come together in the end, so we can't just call it quits now. The price of that translucent powder was $9. I did forget to mention that. Now we're going to move on to brows because I cannot stand my brows right now. So I did pick up one of their brow products. I believe I already had this and I did give it away, but I can't remember if I liked it or not. So I repurchased it. This one is their Brow Boss pencil, and I got the shade dark brown. It retails for $5. That is how it looks like right there. It has a spoolie on one side and then your pencil on the other. It is a little twist off, so you can see right there. I don't think it brings, let me just pull it out all the way. Hopefully I don't break this. So as you can see, it does bring quite a lot of product. Before I go with like a very sharp pencil onto my eyebrows, I kind of like warming it up on the back of my hand. That helps with application. So I'm just like, you know, dribbling over here. I feel like it's very dry. I don't like when pencils are this dry. I feel like they're going to show the dryness off my eyebrows that I already have. So we're going to see. There, how is having some like issues with applying the color over top of the foundation, And this is actually how I always apply my brows. I always have some foundation over them because my hairs on my eyebrows are very dark and I like going in with a much lighter color. So I kind of like blend it into the foundation and then apply my brow product. But this one's having like some issues. I don't know, it's because if it's too dry, who knows. Brow shade is definitely a good match. It's a little bit darker than what I usually would like to use, but it still definitely fits me. So far I really like this pencil. I really like the spoolie. I'm very particular about my spoolies, and I feel like the tip is nice and thin enough for you to like maneuver it well. It was very easy to do the arc right here on my brow bone, so I really like that, but you have to be careful that if you're applying this over top foundation, you can see how here it looks a little bit gray. It's not really like showing me that dark brown color that it actually is, so it is giving me a little trouble. I feel like it's still worth it, especially for the $5 price tag. There's so many other products that you can find in this drugstore that are a little bit better than this one, like the Catrice or the NYX brow pencil, that are kind of in the same price range. I really like this. I think I'm going to end up keeping this one because I really enjoyed it. I did forget to say that I really like the setting powder. I am not usually someone that likes setting powders that are not very like fine milled, but this one, especially because it's translucent, I usually go for like something with my shade tone, or I go for my holy grail, which is, I mean, I'm not by any means comparing these two, but it's the Chanel powder in translucent 2, which is like my holy grail. I will never change this powder, but this one I enjoy using a lot. I feel like it did a really nice job. My under eyes are not looking dry whatsoever. The concealer did move, so that could be the foundation and the concealer not mixing well, or that could be this powder on the foundation or this powder in the concealer, which I wouldn't think, because if they made these, it's probably to work together. I mean, I'm definitely going to try this out in many more ways and see how they perform. So I feel like I'm jumping back into the eyes before I go back to the face. I feel like this is all over the place, but that's what I'm going to do. For eyes, I have this Through My Eyes palette, and for the longest time I've been wanting this. This was sold out for a little bit, and I had to wait a couple of days because they did have a sale and it actually sold out. But they quickly restocked it, and I was able to get my hands on it. This is by, if you're not familiar, this is the Colourpop, and I Love Zarahi, I think is her name, or I don't really understand. Her name is Karen. She's from YouTube. I will link her videos down below so you can see. But basically, this is their collection together, and the palette is called Through My Eyes. This palette is gorgeous. I mean, I saw this, like, I don't even know which colors I'm going to use because I love them all so much, and I particularly love these greens right here. I don't know, but these ones are like calling my name. I am dressed green. I did a green look yesterday, so I feel like I have to go for something different. Maybe for like this purples right here, and this pinkish purples. I don't know, but and I could also go like nude. I feel like this is like nighttime and daytime. Love this palette. It retails for $23, which I think is one more of their pricier palettes. They do have some very, very affordable ones, and I'm just going to start using it. It does have a mirror, and I don't think, yeah, it does have a magnetic opening and a really big mirror here that you can use. I really love the quality of Colourpop palettes. I feel like they're so inexpensive and the quality is so, so good. I think I'm going to start by using this shade right here. This one is called Wild Soul, and I don't know, let me just take a moment, decide what I'm doing. I feel like I don't want to use the colors that everybody else has used, so okay, I'm going to start with the shade Misbehave right here, and I'm going to be putting that on my crease. I feel like this is going to go very bold very quickly. You can see right there how quickly I'm building up this color. I am taking really small amounts on my brush and then kind of just setting them on my crease. I like doing windshield wash emojis on my eyes when I do this, because I do have some like folds on my skin, and I really like to get in there and get that color everywhere, but you don't have to do this. Now I'm taking another blending brush and I'm going to go into Nostalgia right here. And I'm taking this with its Spectrum Collection B06, and I'm kind of placing this over top. So what I'm going to be doing, I hope this shade is as light as it looks on the palette. And I'm just going to be placing this over top and kind of blending. These shades are blending so easily. I am having a little bit of kickback, so I just want to be careful with my foundation because this is what I don't like, putting my foundation first, but who knows what's going through my head these days. I'm still going to be using the same brush, but I'm going into Wild Soul right here, and I'm just going to be applying that over top, kind of to give it a little bit more of an earthy tone. That looks really cute. So I definitely want to deepen this look a little bit. So I'm going to be taking a more dense brush. Taking this one from Luxie and I think I'm going to be going into Divina right here. I feel like that purple is like calling my name. So I'm going to be packing this on the outer corner. And wow, pigment. And then moving it towards my crease and towards the middle. Back in it some more. And this one, as you can see, it's like falling on the side right there. I should have put more powder, but I didn't want to dry up my foundation. Moving it towards my inner corner as well, with whatever's left on my brush. So now that we have that color packed in there, I'm going to go back into Nostalgia right here, and I'm going to be using the same brush that I was using before. Kind of going to blend them together a little bit, taking more of Nostalgia, and then I'm going to slowly, not even touching my skin a lot, I'm going to slowly blend that out. I'm like barely tapping. Alright, so I feel like I'm at a place where I'm comfortable right now. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. Oh, look at that! Look at it! This one is Emerald Dream. And I just want to live an Emerald Dream. And I feel like I want to throw it in there. Should we? I feel like I want to take that chance. I was really going for a wearable look today, but I feel like I have to accept that that's just not who I am because, wow, that would look so cute. I just feel like all these colors, like that's not what I'm looking for. I kind of wanted like a pinkish shimmer. I did buy a little glitter just in case I wanted to use it. This one is the Glittery Obsessed. This one is in the shade Oh My God, I'm Wet. And this is the shade right there. Maybe I'll use this for a different video. I'm going to be applying this Emerald Dream right here because I cannot pass this up. I have to use it. It's calling my name. It's the whole reason I even purchased this palette in the first place. I wasn't really going for this type of look, but since this is the direction we're moving, I'm going to be applying some concealer. Alright, so I'm going to be taking this flat brush and going into that Emerald Dream. And I'm applying this right over top of this. And I feel like now my brush is full of concealer. This shade is stunning. I love this. I really hope it comes out good on the end and that it all blends out together because I really didn't have an idea what I wanted to do. I really didn't even plan on using this shade, but like I just had to. Taking a very tiny brush, I'm going to be applying this Emerald Dream right here on my lash line. Alright, now I'm going to go into the V-knot right here. Kind of going to be using that same brush, I think. This one is the Morphe M326. And I'm applying this on the outer corner. So I did get a bronzer. I got a single one, so you have to buy kind of like this packaging separate. The packaging is $1, which I think is really good. And then you get the bronzer, which I got the shade CA Dreaming, or California Dreaming, I would say. And retails for $7. So altogether, this was $8, which I think is really good and really cute. You can see how the packaging looks like there, and then this is the bronzer. This is a matte bronzer, so I don't know how this is going to work out for me, but I'm going very lightly. I'm using my Sigma F40. I feel like it did warm up the skin really nicely. Shade was probably a little too light for me because I find myself kind of like digging in there. But I was scared that I would pick a really, really dark one, so I didn't know. I feel like this is good. I like building up my bronzer. I don't mind taking the time. I would rather build it up than like regret putting way too much. The next thing is blush. I did get a blush and a highlight, and I'm going to show you how cute this looks. This one are the Soella, maybe that's her name, Soella and Colourpop blush and highlighters. I got this shade Soulmate for blush and Swipe Right for highlight, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. This packaging is so stinking cute. I think this is our new collection that they just came out with before the Disney one, and this is Soulmate right here. Really love this shade. I feel like it's going to be a little bit brighter than I want it to be. Brush, and I'm just going to start working that in. That does look pretty cute. I tend to like overdo it with blush, so I have to stop myself sometimes. I feel like I did overdo it. This is Swipe Right, so as you can see, it's like a very pearly shade. I'm looking for my fan brush because I feel like that's how I get the most out of these highlights. This one is very powdery. It is going everywhere. I don't know if you can see that. And I feel like it's not showing up. What is going on? I don't know if you can see right there, but it looks more pink in person. It's definitely building up really nice. It does, it is very drying though, so like I can see the dryness on my skin when I apply it, but it's looking much more pink. So I decided to go with their pressed highlights just because I feel like the other ones, I don't like applying them with my hands sometimes, and I thought I would like the pressed ones better, but I don't think that's the case just because this is like making such a mess. Like my hand is full of this highlight. So lastly, I'm applying lipstick. This one is a Colourpop Ultra Satin Matte Lip. I got the shade Magic Wand, which is actually my favorite shade, so I have repurchased this before. I feel like this is like my 7th. This is actually my favorite lipstick ever. I wear this every day. And this one retails for $6.50. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. Honestly, Colourpop has one of my favorite lipstick formulas. I feel like they're so good, so inexpensive, and they're actually like, yeah, one of my favorite lipsticks. I own so many of them, which is why I kind of feel like I should probably put on something a little bit more, I don't know, this is too nude, but I'm kind of digging the fact that it's too nude because my shirt is very bright, my eyes are very bold, I don't know. Like this looks really pretty. Oh, I did forget one thing. I have to apply the setting spray at the end, I guess, to set up all my makeup, but I'm so afraid to like spray this. Okay, that looked pretty fine. I'm gonna like put this as far as I can from my face. It just, what is it again? Okay, just know that when you're applying this, you don't want to speak right after you apply this. You want to let this set because it'll taste like straight up alcohol. It will. As far as working, I did feel like it worked, but I just don't like the fact that it like applies so much product at one time. It just squirts out so much product, and I just don't like feeling my face like my face is wet. I hate that feeling, especially like after having like foundation and powder on my face, but that kind of fixed my under eyes. I mean, I am kind of like fixing it with a beauty sponge, but that did kind of fix my under eyes. It was looking very dry and very cakey. So far, I feel like this one is a kind of like a hit or miss with me. I would probably use this, not probably to set my whole face, but maybe to prep my face. I feel like I really like this. Primer, I feel like I did enjoy. I did feel like it made a difference on my pores right here. It's probably not going to be my new favorite primer. I have this Tarte Poreless primer right here. And then I also use the Milk Hydrogel primer that I've been enjoying as well. But this one did a very good job. I feel like I would use this for maybe like every day, so I don't have to like exhaust my high-end ones on just like going to work every day. This one was pretty decent. It was very affordable, so I really like that. I would definitely keep this. It's a setting spray. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I would use this to prep my skin, maybe not necessarily to like set my whole face. It did work well, but like I said before, I don't like feeling like my face is wet, and the taste of it, I just couldn't handle. I feel like I have this like sour thing on my stomach right now just because I tasted that. I don't know. Moving on, this No Filter setting powder I feel like was really good. I would definitely be using this more often. I like how fine this was and how it set my foundation. There's no flashback whatsoever. Even though it's translucent, it applied really nicely over my skin. I am on the medium side of things, so when things say translucent, they usually kind of have like a little bit of flashback, even though they say translucent. So I really like how that all applied. It did set my foundation really nicely. The only thing is that I'm going to move on to the next thing now, is the concealer. I said it before and I will say it again. I like to apply this on my eyes before I apply eyeshadow as a base, but I will not. I hate and I refuse to put this under my eyes again. It really sucks. Let me just come a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Do you see that line right there? Like, there is no getting away from that. This one kind of got fixed once I applied this little setting spray, but I mean, that is literally rubbing off. My lines are right there. Like, no. As soon as I apply it, it applies really pretty. The consistency and the coverage of it is really pretty. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, but once you set it, it just like does not stay. Creases on me, I don't like it. Next thing was the pressed powder. I got this one in the California Dream shade, and I feel like it shows the wrong shade for my complexion. But I did feel like it kind of blended all together really well. I do feel like I like this. I do feel like I'm going to use this again. It blended out really nicely. I love the fact that it is matte. I love matte bronzers. I know a lot of people don't, but I love matte bronzers personally. And I really feel like this one applied really pretty. You really have to build up the coverage for it to show. If you go with a light hand, you're not going to get much from it. I don't know if it's because I showed a shade that was very close to my skin shade, but just know that you're going to have to like build it up for it to show. But once it does, I really love it. This one was a win for me. Really like that. So the next two things I want to talk about are the blushes and the highlight. First of all, I'm going to start talking about the blush. This one was a really good price. I feel like this blush applied really pretty. It wasn't like overpowering, even though the blush is kind of like bright itself. And it applied really pretty. I feel like it looks very natural, and I don't really have any complaints with this one. I love this one. Again, it is a matte blush. It doesn't have any type of shimmer to it, but I really love this shade. This one was the shade Soulmate. And then the highlight, I don't hate it, but I don't also love it. I feel like here when I looked at it, I thought it was going to be more on the pearl side, but I guess it was more like a rose gold type of shade. When I applied it on my face, it looked much more lighter, like much more like mixed with white, if I could say it like that. And it was very powdery, to the point where like everything on my desk right now is covered in this pressed highlighter. Next thing, and I feel like this one is what's gonna steal the show for me, because this one is the Through My Eyes eyeshadow palette. I feel like Colourpop has so many good eyeshadows. I feel like that's the one thing that keeps me going back to them, well, besides the lipsticks. But I feel like their eyeshadows are so inexpensive, and they're so blendable, so soft, and so creamy, and really good, especially the matte ones. I love them. I feel like the shimmers on this palette also really surprised me. I did swatch a couple of them. I only ended up using this one, the emerald shade, but I mean, look at this shade. Look at this shade and tell me that this is not worth it. I feel like Colourpop is low-key killing the eyeshadow game, and people are not paying attention because they're coming out with so many products, so many palettes that are so good at such an affordable price that I don't feel like I need to go out and spend $45 on a palette anymore. I don't. I had to look everywhere for this, but I found it. This one is the Brow Boss from Colourpop. I'm glad I purchased this again because I feel like when I last used it, I didn't really know how to do my eyebrows, and I just felt like it was very dry for me. I didn't really know how to work with it. I didn't have the patience, honestly, so I ended up giving it away. But now I feel like, I still don't know how to do my brows, but I feel like now I have a little bit more control, and it is very dry. My skin is very, very dry, and it really likes to dry up right in this area where all my hairs are, and I just hate that. But it didn't emphasize that. It applied really nicely, and the spoolie side was really nice, and then the tip was very fine, and it was just very easy to just draw, and especially draw the little hairs on the front. The last product, I feel like I just bought this because I wanted it back because I did run out of it recently. This one is the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Magic Wand. There's not enough things I can say about this. Just go to the Colourpop website right now and buy this. Like, you really need this lipstick. I feel like this lipstick is such a good lipstick, a good shade for you to have. It's such a good nude. I feel like it fits my skin tone, especially someone in the lighter side and in the deeper skin tones as well. Like, this one is such a wearable lipstick, and I just feel like it's so pretty. It goes with almost old eye looks for any occasion as well, and I just love having a good nude. I mean, every day is good for a good nude. So I haven't tried Colourpop lipsticks. I would definitely recommend them. They're so good. This one's, the Ultra Satin Lips, are definitely my favorite because they're not too drying and not too like glossy. I'm not a fan of glossy lipsticks, so I really recommend these. I feel like this video is a million years long because I have gone through 2 batteries for my camera, and I know how long it's going to take me to edit it, and I'm sorry that I made this video this long, but if you made it through the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know below if you like this look, if you like this products that I used today, which one was your favorite. As always, don't forget to subscribe below before you leave, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!